The redistricting battle spreading across the country is quickly becoming one of the most powerful forces shaping the midterm elections this November. It's terrible for the country. Both sides do it. It's awful. Take a look at what's happening in Virginia, where the state Supreme Court could soon unwind Democrats' big win from last month. Meanwhile, in Tennessee, lawmakers are looking to redraw maps that tilt further to the right. And they're not alone. Similar efforts are underway in southern states like Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida. Democrats who demanded redistricting in Virginia, invented it in Massachusetts, and love it in New England, call it racist anywhere else.
Our message to the Republican Party, our message to that racist, white supremacist president, Donald Trump, is that we will fight. Yeah. We will fight.
You're changing the House of Representatives from the People's House to the Republican Party, MAGA's house, to the governor's house. And that's not the way government is supposed to be.
Just a quick reminder of what we are talking about. Redistricting, aka gerrymandering, is redrawing district lines inside a state strategically around groups of people that reliably vote for one party and lumps the people who vote for the other party into fewer districts. So we made an example for you. If you had a state with 60% blue voters, 40% red, you could group them in such a way that only 2 districts go blue and 3 go red. Or you could do the opposite and create 5 blue districts and not a single red district. Same voters, completely different results based on how you draw the lines. Congress, of course, could fix this problem nationwide, but they won't. So now it falls potentially to the Supreme Court. Our friend, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General, Constitutional Law Attorney Tom Dupree with us. Mr. Dupree, Counselor Dupree, is this what the Supreme Court was created for?
Well, the Supreme Court was created to enforce and apply the laws and the Constitution. And I can tell you that I know the justices don't want to be in the business of having to police these types of redistricting battles. They have said, and in other cases, and very often, that, look, this is something for the political process, and they don't want to have to sit and review whether or not things were too political or not political enough. They're there to enforce constitutional rules, constitutional boundaries, but then the states have a fair degree of freedom to redistrict as they see fit, and that's what we're seeing playing out today.
Yeah, now Congress could supersede all of this and say you have to redistrict upon neutral lines or nonpartisan lines. That, of course, hasn't happened. For all of the talk about how redistricting is racist, we just put together a map of New England. 2024 presidential results in New England. In New Hampshire, Harris 50.6, Trump 47.9, 0 Republican seats. Between Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Vermont, not a single GOP House seat. At some point, is redistricting, no matter what we hear about the adjectives ascribed to it, basically whoever plays the game better?
Well, that's what's coming down to now. And look, we're seeing both parties play the game pretty effectively. I think the New England example is a perfect example. To your point, there are roughly 40 to 45% of the population of New England is Republican, and they have 0 representatives in Congress. Something's going on there. I think the Republicans saw what the Democrats had done in New England and elsewhere, and when they had the freedom to redistrict, they said, look, we're going to do this too. We can play the game, 2 can play at that, and now the Democrats are fighting back against the Republicans. So it's kind of a mutually assured destruction sort of scenario playing out.
Well, it's mutually assured protection is the other way, right? Because I don't mean to get you too much in the politics of this, but all this does is increase division in America because it makes every election a primary fight. Therefore, the extremes of each party have by far the most power. That's not really a constitutional issue. That more goes back to sort of the framers and the Declaration's intent. You can look at the New England map and not like it or not think it's fair, but do Republicans have a way to challenge it?
Well, not under the current system. It's pretty hard for them to do. States have a pretty broad hand in how they want to draw these maps. They don't have total discretion, and we're seeing a lot of legal challenges being brought in Virginia and elsewhere when states do try to redistrict. But look, I think this is going to be the new normal, at least for the time being. And you're right. I do think it has the effect of polarizing it in that congressmen are not afraid so much of losing in a general election because the only threat to them comes from a primary. Right. So they just have to protect their left flank or their right flank.
Yeah, and they have no interest then in compromising. Rahm Emanuel, probably going to run for president, had this to say. Take a listen.
I'm watching China. They're working on research. We're working on redistricting. We're working on ballrooms, and they're working on bullet trains. This is you can sit there and say this. Do we have challenges on our party? I was there before you were there.
Play this out for us real quick, Tom. Everybody will be consumed by this for the next 6 months or so. Can you really redistrict something in the next 6 months before an election, a la, say, Louisiana or Tennessee?
Well, it's hard. The answer is yes, you can do it, but it's difficult. And what we are seeing playing out in some states, namely Virginia, is you have elections that have occurred, and now the courts are looking backward to decide whether or not the election was permissible. So the answer is yes, you can do it, but it is hard, and it risks creating massive confusion. If one day the districts are good, and the next day they're bad, and the next day they're good again, it's hard to run an election in those circumstances.
Dare I say, a threat to democracy. Tom Dupree, or at least our confidence in democracy.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.